Social media has got great family. And I must say, for the past 2 weeks, Vimbai has been crushed. People have said what they wanted. But one thing I've noticed, though, in regards to Vimbai, is that people are developing a love-hate relationship, which I don't understand myself, because, well, it's normal that people feel the way they feel. It's okay. I'm still going to campaign in my constituency, which I am in right now. And we are going to make things happen in the new government, in the new era after the elections, actually. But here on social media, we have a party. It reminds me of, somebody wants to join me. Okay, I'll include you just now. It reminds me of school days. Social media reminds me of school days where there were certain bullies that used to feel good about themselves from making others feel horrible. And I was never that bully, but I was instead that person that people thought could, this one can be crushed, without actually knowing, I know where I'm going and I know what I'm doing. So yeah, to those few bullies, or to those few people that think they can bring your name down, or that think they can bring your spirit down, I think Vimbai is the wrong bus stop. Try somebody else. And as for other people, please do not get caught up in personal things. People have got personal hate towards me, and they say something just to derail you, and you get caught up. I think, we are in an era where we need to stand for what you think, not for what somebody else thinks. Because remember, when we were speaking and saying we need a voice, we were saying that it is important for you as a person to have your own voice, not for you to be told what to think or what to say, or to actually come to a point where somebody's speaking for you, and because they've spoken from their personal vendettas, if vendettas is the right word, towards that person, and you just follow because they're saying it. I mean, I think we paved the way into a new Zimbabwe where we are saying everyone should have their own voice. But however, Vimbai will not be moved. Thank you. Who just sent me a message and says keep moving? Wellens, thanks a lot. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about, and they know themselves as well. But we are going ahead. It is morning. Somebody wants to join. Let me see what they've got to say. Oh no, they are no longer there. So yeah, it was going to be a short broadcast just to say, guys, I'm here, I'm alive, I am still strong. Zimbabwe has a lot of work. It has a lot of work. I have to say that yes, they're keyboard warriors, and they're great at the keyboard, and they're great at telling the next person that, oh no, why don't you do this? And what's funny is that next person actually, listens. But we want an era where us young people stand for yourself, your own voice, your own brain, your own thoughts. Okay, let's give somebody, guys, this is just a personal, it's just one of those conversations we can have. Talk to me, you can go ahead and do that. Kimberly says don't give them attention. If you give them energy. If you do, you give them energy. Okay, no, that's fine. So we're going ahead with work. This morning I was at the hospital at UBH. I must say, guys, that I'm standing with people who their family in the crash. But please understand that with such incidents, I cannot just say what I want. I cannot just go there and this is a very sensitive issue. It's sensitive to a few areas. It's sensitive to the people who lost their family. It's sensitive to to the ministry. It's a very sensitive issue that I need the correct information to comment publicly on. I can't just comment and put blame to a certain people when I don't have the full information. But by all means, I am looking deeply into it and trying by all means and seeing how best I can help. I'm actually going to Mpilo Hospital this afternoon for visits. So I'll also figure out more on how best I can help on that. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for that. Lumbidzani, how are you? I went to school with Lumbidzani. Okay, so guys, this was just a morning. Good morning. How are you? Nothing serious. Or somebody keeps. Okay, let me see if I can bring you in, Tino. I think you have tried and tried and tried. I hope your network allows you. And guys, we're not here to fight bad things, but if you've got it's connecting. Hi, Tino.
Vimbai.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good morning to your viewers as well.
I'm sure it's a good morning to them.
Good. Well, what I'm going to say is that there is no other time where Zimbabwe, especially the youth, are going to make a change. And this, whatever that we see now is, is the best moment for Zimbabweans to come and decide what they want. And anybody try and discourage those that are leading in the front. Kuchishona tinoti hakuna danda risina masvosve. Everybody have got their own flaws, but we do not want to build on our flaws. We want to build on the positivities that we realize in each and every one of us. Saka pamusoro pemapositives edu ndo patichavaka tichienda mberi. And believe you me, this generation is the one that is going to take Zimbabwe forward. And we are doing it, we are going at it slowly, but surely we are going somewhere. Those people that are bent on discouraging and demotivating the country and demotivating the leadership, I do not see them getting any space. So we just have to know that everybody has got their flaws, but we cannot build based on flaws. We build on realizing that we've got such a flaw. How do we correct? How do we self-correct? How do we encourage activists to self-correct, not to actually discourage them from doing something altogether? So I'm in for a better Zimbabwe. I'm convinced that there is no other moment. I support youth that wants to go and do parliament, councils, everything. I need to see the youth being more active. We have got to speak as one voice, and have got to make our demands clear. There's nobody's going to do it for us. We have got to do it ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's my humble submission.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. You know what you said is before you go, what you said is very important because the thing is, as activists, as myself as Vimbai, I want to call each and every young person to stand, because the less there are people standing like Vimbai, the more people are there to criticize and say this one should be like this one should be like this. But when there is more of us doing the same thing for a great cause, then it puts us in a position where definitely you are not concentrating on what this person does wrong, on how what they do. Because remember, the moment there is a few people leading that, the spotlight is on them. And guess what? The media definitely needs to write something about those people in the spotlight. But if there's many of us for a great cause, we are going to work together for a new Zimbabwe, because we are the future. We are the ones that are going to make the Zimbabwe we want possible. But how are we going to make it possible if we are here on social media crushing each other as much as possible? If this one says a wrong English word or writes in a different context, then you are there to be the one to call everyone, come and see, guys, that this one has done it wrong. And you know, how are we building Zimbabwe in that regard? Kumele sibambane siyakhe. Okay, there's Pastor Lwazi Mthunzi who wants to join us. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring Pastor Lwazi Mthunzi. Is that okay? Okay. But yeah, guys, I mean, by all means, it's very important for us young people to be very, very careful on how we crush each other, because in the midst of trying to crush each other, we are crushing a Zimbabwean era that we want. We are not coming to a point where we you know what, we are going to walk into that Zimbabwe that we want to build as young people. Hello, Mr. Mtunzi, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Yes. I've been following you for a while now, and I'm inspired by you. And guys, you are there. You are at home there, and you are pushing. As the youth there, you are doing something that is great. We are going to join you in few months. I'm sure, as we are also anticipating to be at home. You understand?
Yes.
You're already paving a way for us. I love the work that you're doing. Don't worry about people. People, you know, we always have opinions. Some, they've idle minds, so they can say whatever they want to say. But the most important thing is
some people strive from pulling somebody else down, so you can't really concentrate on people.
Yeah. The most important thing in everything that you do, I always tell the youth that is to have a vision and a purpose. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
That's what is going to always align you to do, to continue in what you are doing. Because if you always listen to people's opinions, yes, they are good. Sometimes negative is good. Also to bring you back to the purpose, to understand, okay, there are other people who are thinking like this. So at the end of the day, you need to have a vision of saying, where are you taking the other youth? Because you need to live to inspire other people. You need to live a legacy. I always say love is a legacy. If you don't love, if you don't want to live a legacy, that means you don't love. You're only living for yourself. But if you are someone who says, I want to leave a legacy in this world, well, there are conditions where people that are challenging you, they are saying what they want, you know, they have their own opinions and so forth. But as you know, you need to go somewhere. You need to do something for your country, for your children, for your grandchildren. So you need to continue doing what you believe that this will bear fruits at the end of the day. You don't know when, you know, vision takes a lot of time. I always say vision, many people, the problem is that we have a vision, but we don't understand the road that we will take. You understand? In that road, you must know that also there are going to be difficulties. There are times when you will want to give up. There are times when you feel that, let me just work and do my thing and forget about people, because people sometimes they're a problem. But also that vision will bring you back early in the morning and say, no, stand up on your foot, square up your shoulders, stick your head tall, and I will do this. It doesn't matter who says who says what, but at the end of the day,
because ultimately the important thing is Zimbabwe, guys. It's not individuals. We need to move away from this personality politics where you are saying this person is doing this, so why? I mean, I'm reading a comment here from Tendai Bongani Moyo, who says, my sister, you always pull yourself down by your actions. If I had to go through to Tendai himself and find out his lifestyle, what he has done, I mean, do we find anybody perfect? At the end of the day, we are talking about Zimbabwe here. We are not talking about personal stuff. Because even if my mother is bringing me up at home, definitely there are mistakes that I make and she will hit me here and there. But yeah, but it doesn't make you ultimately a bad person. Let's concentrate on the on the final thing. Zimbabwe has to be better again. We need to come to a point where we've got jobs. Someone was saying people are like that on social media because we do not have jobs. Yes, we are working towards having jobs. And people are very quick to comment on social media. And I was saying, somebody was saying to me that, but where were they when you were putting your life in danger and telling Mugabe to go, and you could have died in the last few months? Where were they? Why were they not commenting and saying bad things about you? So, you know what? I'm here to tell people, I'm going to end this broadcast in a bit. Thank you so much, Mr. Mtunzi. Your contribution has been great. It's very important for us to realize that Zimbabwe, you see, Tendai has got a very personal issue. He says none of you wannabes will be MPs. Well, that's quite personal. We're not going to give him any more attention anymore. But let's go ahead and build Zimbabwe, guys, and do not be caught up. Do not be caught up in people trying to derail your attention on building Zimbabwe using personal issues and personal politics. We are not there anymore. We are building Zimbabwe. We want everybody to come back and get jobs. We want our hospitals to come to a point where we can go in and, we don't have issues in our country. But if we concentrate on personal stuff, we're going to forget about the issues that we have in our country. Okay, thank you so much. There's no topic. This is just a general conversation. There's no topic, specific topic, but we're ending the now. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.